Hello and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a makeup declutter. Now, I don't declutter a whole lot because I've mentioned this a few times on my channel in the past that I did used to declutter quite a bit, and what ended up happening was that I regretted some of the things that I got rid of. So I tried to be very cautious with that, and also I tried to be very cautious with my purchases. I try to put a lot of thought into it, and I'm really trying to avoid impulse purchasing because that's what I've noticed really leads me into some makeup regrets. So I do have a declutter playlist. Like I said, I don't do a lot of them. This is not a major cutthroat declutter. There's just a few things that I am going to be getting rid of. This was inspired though because I discovered a few lip products that have gone bad. So that is really unfortunate, and then that just caused me to kind of look through and find a few other things. So there's really only a few things that I am going to be getting rid of. If it's not expired, I will give it to someone else, but like I said, a few of these are gone bad. So that is a bummer, but it happens, and I'm really trying to be careful with that. So let's just get into the declutter. Now, I'm going to start with something that has not gone bad, but I figure I could give this away to someone while it is not expired because I don't use cream blush that often, and this is one from Milk Makeup. This was the Sephora birthday gift, and I have two other cream blushes, and I think I like those a little bit better than this one, and it's just not something I use a lot, and that is the realization that I'm having, is that especially liquid and cream products expire so much faster than powder products. So this way, someone else could use this while it's still in good shape, and I am trying to be very cautious about buying liquid and cream products now, especially lip products. So let's talk about those. Here's one of the ones that this has gone bad, which I haven't even had it for that long, which is really unfortunate. I can't remember when I bought this. Within a year, maybe even less. So this is the Colourpop So Juicy Gloss in the color Roundabout. Now, it looks super broken up and gross in the tube, and that itself I would not think would be bad, but I did use this and it just tasted disgusting. Oh my gosh, it was so gross. Now, before, when I first purchased it, it had a very slight minty taste, but not a whole lot. And it was very, very minty, and also it had some other like rancid taste. I know, that sounds really gross, but this has gone bad, and especially something I'm putting around my mouth because I think we all know you kind of end up with some lip product in your mouth. I don't want to mess around with that. This unfortunately has to go in the garbage, and I know a lot of other people have said this, and it's been my experience with quite a few Colourpop lip products that they tend to expire faster. Back in the day when those ultra matte lips and those ultra satin lips were highly popular, I had quite a few, and a lot of them expired at about the 1 year mark. They would get gloopy, they would smell rancid. So kind of a bummer there. And lip products in general, they just expire so much faster than a lot of other things. I need to be careful, and I'm going to try not to buy lip products for a while. I'm really working hard to pan some lip glosses right now because lip gloss is something that I do reapply often. However, lipstick, let's talk about lipstick. I just don't use my lipsticks that much, to be honest. It's not something I reapply. I don't even wear lipstick every day. Lately, I've been more of a lip liner plus lip gloss person, and like I said, I can fly through lip gloss much faster because I actually reapply it throughout the day. So here's another liquid lipstick. This one has gone bad, and this is the Too Faced Melted Matte. This is in Gingerbread Girl. This was a really, really popular item. This I got full price, and it was expensive, 20-something dollars. And it looks okay in the tube, but I did try to wear this as well, and it was so patchy. And this was not patchy before. This was a really good high quality liquid lipstick. So yeah, it's a bummer. Now, here's the extra sad part about this going bad. At least this Colourpop gloss, I will say I've used a decent amount. I mean, not a ton, but there was a while there where this was my favorite gloss. So I've probably worn it at least 30 times, if not more, which I know is not that much. And look how much is left in this. Lessons learned here, people. Lessons learned. This, I've only worn 3 times. And I paid full price. It was something like $21, maybe $23. Oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated with myself. I really need to not do this. I don't want a bunch of stuff going bad. I don't even own that many lip products. I have about 30 lipsticks and 30 something lip glosses, but That's a good amount. I mean, I'm only finishing a couple a year. In my project pans, I usually finish maybe 2 or 3 lipsticks a year, maybe 3 or 4 glosses a year. So this really needs to be a lesson learned, especially liquid lipsticks. Those expire faster than tube lipsticks. Now, this one is not going bad. This I figure I'm going to just give away because I don't use it. This is by Colourpop, and this is the Luxe Lipstick in Ghosted. This is a beautiful berry shade. It's actually pretty bold and bright on the lips, even more than it looks in the tube. And I'm just not using this. I've used it a few times. I like it, but if I'm going to go with something this bold, I would prefer probably a liquid lipstick. It's kind of hard to apply a tube lipstick that is this bright and bold, so I'm just not using this. And that's the thing. Most of my lipsticks, they just kind of sit there. I tend to use the same 6 or 7 over and over again, which I know is really, really sad. And unfortunately, more will expire. So that one is still good, so that can move on. I found another one that went bad though, and this is totally also my own fault. Again, trying to learn some lessons. So this is by Ofra, and this is in the color Malibu. This is a beautiful, beautiful purple, and I opened this up and it was super gloopy and dry and smells a little off also. Now, here's the thing. This also I purchased. This is only about a year old. However, I shouldn't have done this, and I knew it. This was on clearance in Ulta when Ofra switched over to a different packaging. They switched over to white packaging that is more rectangular from this style. So why do you think they were on clearance? Because they were old and they were trying to get rid of the stock to bring in the new packaging. So who knows how old this is? So the fact that I only bought it a year ago, I mean, it probably sat in an Ulta or an Ofra warehouse for a while. Especially a liquid lipstick. I knew I shouldn't have bought it. I was thinking, that may be old since they're trying to clear out the old packaging. So totally my own fault. I did also, at the same purchase, I did purchase one of their blushes in their old packaging, which that's probably quite an old product also, but it's a blush. It's a powder product. I used that blush like 3 days ago and it was perfectly fine. So I really do think that powder products last a lot longer than liquid and creams. Obviously they still do go bad at some point, but I do feel comfortable going well past the expiration date on those. And really everything in general, I don't actually go by whatever is labeled on here. They'll say 6-month, 12-month shelf life. I'll use something until it's gone bad, you know, either like the taste or the texture has changed. So this, it's gone bad. And also, bold liquid lipsticks, I've only worn this twice ever. I know. It's terrible. I need to stop buying particularly lip products that I just know I'm not going to use. Most days I'm wearing like either pinky nude or a brown nude like today. And if I'm going to wear bold, I do like to wear a bright red. That I do like, but like these purples and these vampy colors, I pull them out to wear once or twice a year. So it's just, there's no point in even owning them. I don't want to buy new colors in these because the same thing will happen. I'll wear it once or twice and it'll expire. All right, so because of this declutter, I decided to just try to find other things that I could get rid of that I just don't really like or use. And so I am also getting rid of 2 eyeshadow palettes. Now this one I've talked about, the Milani Gilded Coast. This is a quality issue for me. This is not a very good palette. I did also create 2 Franken shadows in here because if you saw my latest Pan That Palette update, I did put a Franken shadow in my Pan That Palette and that one worked out really well. And I experimented with these 2 first and the consistency is a little off. I put in too much alcohol, so these were a bit too soft and liquidy, but the one in my Pan That Palette worked well. So I'm glad that I practiced. This is not a high quality palette. The colors are beautiful, but the mattes splotchy, hard to blend, and even the shimmers look very muddy on the eye. And I've used this, I think 4 or 5 times. I really wanted to give it a chance, but every look I did was muddy and not cute, even if I combined it with other palettes. So, you know, maybe someone else will want this, but yeah, not me. And I have such better high quality palettes that I don't need to keep around something that is that mediocre. The next one is just something I don't use a whole lot. I actually like this palette. This is the Nightingale Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow palette. This is actually pretty good. Now, it's a pretty standard cool tone palette, and I was looking through my cool tone palettes because I've said before, I don't have a ton of cool tones in my eyeshadow palette collection. And I just kind of discovered that I have these same shades in other palettes. And this formula is good. The mattes are good, but I will say the shimmers require a wet brush. It's not like wet brush optional. If I don't use a wet brush, I will be getting fallout throughout the day. Hours and hours later, it'll keep falling, which is kind of annoying, but I tend to use a wet brush most days anyway. However, with this, it's really not an option to skip that. So this, I just figure, I have other cool tone palettes I prefer, you know, I can give this to someone else and they can use it because this is good. The Milani one, so-so, but this is a good palette. It's not amazing, but like I said, I have these colors in several other cool tone palettes in my collection. Alrighty, so that is it for the products that I'm getting rid of. It is so unfortunate to me that those 3 lip products expired, but it really needs to be a lesson learned. And something I've kind of realized lately is I want to be very, very careful with my purchases. I want to make sure that it's something I'm going to like and love, but also use frequently. There's no point in me buying a liquid lipstick that I'm gonna wear twice a year. There's no point. It's ridiculous. I would rather have colors I'm going to wear on a regular basis. And I think it's okay for me to have a few of the bold colors. Like I said, I really do like bright reds, you know, more occasionally, but I think it's fine for me to have one of those in my collection. I have more than one. I have, I think, 3 bright reds that I really do like, and I just know those are gonna go bad too. So I need to just cool it on the lip products. I don't need to buy any more. I have every color that I would need. And I gotta say, I was really tempted. Juvia's Place just released lipsticks and lip glosses. And then within a few days of that is when I discovered that some of these products were expired, and I just thought, no way, I can't do it. I cannot buy more lip products. You know, I'm frustrated enough that these 3 have gone bad, but it is my own fault. So I really cannot blame anyone else, but hopefully this will be a lesson learned. Let us know, have you had any products expire? It sucks, and it probably happens to most people that have a larger makeup collection or maybe even a medium size because, yeah, makeup, it does go bad. So I really, really need to keep that in mind. I have amazing lip products and I just want to use those. So yeah, that is it for this declutter. I will link some other declutters that I've done in the description box if you want to see those. That is it. Thank you so much for watching.